it's me, Leigh, and before I start the video, I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Thank you, Skillshare. If you are within the first 100 people to click the link in the description, you will get 2 months for free on Skillshare. And I will talk about Skillshare more near the end of the video, so stay tuned. I habitually sit at my desk and go into my little tiny art and I'm drawing it and I'm like, this better be really good. I hope this turns out great. So I decided to go on Skillshare and look for a class that is about just being more confident and free with your work, and I found a class by Chantel Martin. It's called Drawing on Everything, Discovering Your Creative Voice. She pretty much draws on absolutely everything. The title just says it. In Chantel's class, she talks about a bunch of ways to just make work without thinking and just enjoying your process. So I decided to take her tip on standing while painting or creating and using a very large surface because I wanted to be really expressive and use my arms instead of being a little troll on my desk. Not that everyone at a desk is a troll, but I am. From there, I decided I wanted to work in a medium I don't usually use, so I decided on acrylic. I usually work in watercolor, inks, and colored pencils, so I wanted to use something big and bold, so I decided on acrylics. And I grabbed the biggest brush I could find in my house, which was my painting brush, which I used to edge this room when I painted it. Sometimes working large can be really intimidating. I decided not to do a sketch before I started working, and I just went in there with huge blocks of color and my biggest paintbrush ever. But if you just start off with blobs of color and just kind of blocking in where you think your subject will be instead of worrying about if it's right, you can mold your subject as you go. When I was painting that bird, I would start off with like kind of the shape of the body and where I thought the tail, what direction the tail should go. And then I built in smaller details as I went. So I just worked from biggest shape to smallest. My problem at my desk is that I work on something and I want it to dry, so I set it aside and I answer emails, do whatever I am doing, and then I look at it again and I'm like, oh no, it's terrible. I hate it. I do that. I decided it would be better if I just worked constantly, so I started painting after my first one, and then I started another one, and then I just cycled through those the whole time, and I did not give myself time to think. But it was better to keep my mind constantly going than giving myself the extra time to critique myself and be like, I just don't like this, I want to quit. So I didn't even pay attention to what I was doing, I was just doing it. And that's what I wanted to accomplish today. I hope you enjoy watching me paint them as much as I enjoyed painting them. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. If you are a creative looking to expand creatively in any sort of way, Skillshare is the place for you. It's pretty much like a extensive library of YouTube's best tutorials. There are tons and tons of classes. The ones I saved were about printmaking and bookbinding and more DIY things that I have trouble finding tutorials on that are good. There's also a lot of classes on watercolor techniques, illustration techniques, developing characters, how to use Procreate, tons and tons of art classes. Usually a Skillshare membership runs you about $10 a month, but if you are one of the first 100 people to click the link in the description, you get 2 months for free. So take advantage of it if you can. Thanks, Skillshare. Hope you guys liked the video and watching me create these huge things. I don't really know what to do with them now. But if you want to try it and you don't have the space, you can always use just the biggest sketchbook you can fit on your table, or tape paper on a door, clear up some space on a wall, go outside, I don't know, you could do something. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video. That's my dog shaking his body. Bye.